Organissima, New York. Your exotic skin, hair, and beauty source, and your one-stop shop for all your natural and organic skin and hair care, featuring authentic organic Moroccan oil and prickly pear seed oil and much more. Bringing you only the best, straight from the source and proudly produced in the USA. So what are you waiting for? Shop today. Organissima, New York. Your beauty is our duty.
Hey, 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 you know me. It's Dr. Cheryl Bryant Bruce, MD, the celebrity doc. And I am here with my co-host, show host, Hisham Elenmati, also known as Hurricane H. We are here with Chatters That Matters. Let's talk about it. Our runaway talk show that's here to educate, inform, and entertain you. We have an entire panel of fun and exciting guests. This is kind of a special show today because we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So we have an entire host of hip hop and rap artists with us joining us for this show. And we also have a dentist, oral surgeon, Loretta, and she is going to be talking to us about our smiles, our pearly whites. Before we get started with all of that, though, I'd like to remind you all that this show is for you. And in order for us to keep bringing these episodes to you, we want you to join in with us, share in the experience. So be sure to like us, be sure to share it, tell your friends all about it. And by all means, we want you to comment. Let us know what it is that we're bringing that you like. And if you absolutely hate us, let it know that too. And we'll try and fix it to give you more of what you want. So hit those like buttons, hit those share buttons. And again, by all means, comment. Now, I'm going to bring all of our guests into play, and we are going to start with the good Dr. Loretta, Doc G, Gilmore. And Doc G is one of our HBCU graduates. She comes from Meharry, and that's in Tennessee. For those of you who do not know, Meharry Medical College is in Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. That's and right. She also spent some time at MLK, Martin Luther King, and Drew down in LA. Been there, done that, sis. So, she has been in the trenches. And we welcome you, Dr. Gilmore. And you go by Doc G.
Thank you, Dr. Bruce. It's a pleasure, everyone. And thank you, Ricky, for the opportunity. So, yes, that's correct. I'm originally from Mississippi, went to Jackson State, ID Love, former primetime. Okay, and then the Meharry, Charles Drew, 2-round the Charles Drew internship. After that, I did an anesthesiology residency at Harvard, UCLA. And then recruited in the oral and maxillofacial surgery program at Charles Drew MLK. With timing and preparation, happened to have become the first Black female oral surgeon in the country. So
woo-hoo.
I was coming around the bend. I think it was kind of fading in with the hip hop. But we were so busy. But anyway, I am honored to be here. Yes. Wow. And the Doc G, just, sometimes there will be more than one Doc G, whatever. And so but actually I came from, I'm a motorcycle rider with the Buffalo Soldiers, and that's my second name.
Buffalo Soldiers, full of Rasta. Hey, okay.
Yes.
So we will be talking more with Doc G as the show wears on. We're going to move on and talk with Busy B Starsky, also known as his real name, David James Parker. Busy B is an old school hip hop artist, and he hails from the East Coast, New York City.
Woohoo!
Busy B was once roasted by Kool Mo D, and he's going to tell us about that.
All right. Y'all ready for me?
We'll be ready to talk to you. So we're going to come back to you so that you can tell us all about getting roasted. And you know, you're an OG, so we want to hear your perspective on this whole rap scenario over the 50 years, because you have longevity in the game. So we will definitely be coming back to you. Welcome, Busy B.
You got it.
Thank you for being here. And then we have Kwame Holland, and Kwame is okay. This is one of our co-stars here.
Rosie.
This is Rosie. She's
Rosie wants that
demanding to be
attention.
seen. Oh, and our other co-star is right here, has come to join us as well. This is Mitzi.
Rosie and Mitzi in the house.
Rosie and Mitzi in the house. Okay, so you guys are distracting me here. Kwame is also from the East Coast. He's also from New York, comes from Queens, and he's going to tell us all about polka dots and how that became associated with him. So when we bring Kwame back on in a second, because you just went dark, Kwame, I'm not sure why, but when we bring you back on, you're going to tell us all about polka dots. We're going to
I can see. Can you hear me?
I can see you now.
There you go.
Okay, because I can see everybody clearly. I didn't know why I went dark.
No, that's Ricky. He doesn't have a video feed, so when he went on and I guess say something, it picked him up.
Okay.
We got Ricky. So you see dark there, nothing. It's Ricky.
Got you.
He's hidden.
All right then, and then we have Star of the City. Star of the City, I actually don't have any information on you, but I'm assuming that you probably are, wait, no, I do know. You're coming out of Memphis, right?
Yes, I'm coming out of Memphis, Tennessee.
Memphis, Tennessee in the house.
Like I've been rapping forever, but you
know. You're not old enough to be rapping forever.
Yeah, that's right.
I just feel like it.
All right.
It's his forever.
All right. Well, you know what? It's a part of you. It's in your soul, and so that is your forever. And then we acknowledge that, and we believe. So we're going to talk a little bit more about that momentarily. In the meanwhile, we are going to bring on. You can turn on your camera. We're going to bring on the fabulous Ricky Aaron. Ricky Aaron is everybody's best talent manager, producer. He does some of everything. He's with Uncle Snoop's Army, correct. And there probably isn't an entertainer in the business that does not know who Ricky Aaron is. So Ricky, without further ado, I'd love for you to come on, further introduce yourself, and tell us a little bit more about all of the guests whom you have brung to join us.
Well, Kwame, as I said, is he's an incredible talent. He is a great artist. He had branded himself in the with the polka dots, and he's a great artist and producer. He's produced some of your favorite hits. Kwame, what have you produced, Kwame?
Well, I can just list the artists. Like as a producer, I'm very broad based. So I've produced records from anybody from Fantasia to Mary J. Blige to LL Cool J to Will Smith to Jay-Z to I can just keep going. G Unit, cats from G Unit, Vivian Green, Keisha Cole, and then
so nobody important, huh, Kwame?
No, just people that can help me buy all the toys that I like to buy back.
Yes.
And on top of that, I do film and television work as well as being a classic hip hop artist myself. I started at a very early age, and looking up to brothers like my man Chief Rocker, Busy B. Just been in. I've been in the game for a minute, and I'm just so happy to be here amongst everybody and still be in this game.
Perfect. Now you said that you do movies. Are you doing movies as a producer or as an actor? What?
No. I do film score and produce. So the latest film that I've worked on, the Oscar nominated film Tick Tick Boom, directed by Lin-Manuel Miranda, that came out in 2021. In 2022, I scored a film called Holiday Hideaway that's currently on the Paramount Network and BET Plus. And I'm working on a film right now called Check Me in Another Place with Black Thought from The Roots. So, that's just another passion of mine, scoring for film and television.
Perfect. Excellent. Exciting.
Yeah, I love
there you have it.
That's
and we've got Busy B, the incredible Busy B. Just an incredible guy.
Can I interject something real quick? I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I have to say this. As a rapper, as a hip hop person, I think that we should all really, really acknowledge what Busy B has brought to the game, and I hope it's not all the way leaning on the Kumo D battle, because I don't think it's fair to say he was quote unquote roasted. That is a very iconic, like in the history of hip hop, that battle, or just, I don't even know if you call it a battle technically.
I'm gonna tell you what it is.
Yeah, so but that is a moment in hip hop history that started so many other moments. And Busy B is one of the first rappers we got to see on film. You know what I'm saying? One of the first rappers we got to hear before records were going around. So I just, as a rapper that's from that, offshoot from that era, I just have to give my personal props to Busy B, because he means so much to people of my generation. And so I just wanted to jump in with that. Sorry for jumping in.
Well, that
thank you.
Definitely love and applause.
Giving love where love is due.
That's right.
Well, for me, if when we started this culture in the late 70s, I came in the game in 77. But at the same time, when I was doing what I was doing, I saw Melly Mel and his brother Kid Creole along with Grandmaster Flash. But they was two guys. I didn't ever have a brother, so I liked it what they was doing, and I took it upon myself to try to do it by myself. And that's how it worked out. But in all, at the end of the day, myself for doing what I was doing, this culture started. We would call it like the Negro League. You know how the baseball had the Negro League? That would be me, Flash, Bam, Herc. That'll be us. I'm Satchel Paige. I'm still good. I'm the pitcher. I'm the shit. I'm that fly shit. So when the majors came and took some of the Negroes from the Negro League into the majors, like again, I would be Satchel Paige, a little not too old, but old. And then they pick Jackie Robinson, which would be Run DMC and them. You know what I mean? Right. Put into the game. And then with the corporations getting into it, seeing that they can help us make money and make them money, it just started flowing like that. But at the end of the day, It feeds families in our culture, keeping people out of trouble in our culture. And that's what it's all about. When you hear the word hip hop, understand our culture is peace, love, unity, and having fun. That is it. All that other stuff, that they threw in the mix, it's like a salad. So you got a different salad. You got a French salad. You got a Greek salad. You know what I mean? The salad we got in our culture is peace, love, unity, and having fun. That is it. And that is all. We'll get into the rest later.
Okay, excellent. Brother Ricky, are you still there? I see your mic is off.
I'm here. I was trying to get a hold of Keith Murray. I wanted to see if he wanted to come on and say a few things. He's going straight to voicemail. But that's another incredible talent that I'd love to share with you guys. But yeah, we got, some incredible talent on here, as you can see. And Star of the City, he's an upcoming rapper that I've been looking at. We actually did a couple songs together to Mary Mary. It was called I'm Walking. And he kind of redid that. It's something that I really like. So I just wanted him on here to share. And, it's important to, teach these young rappers about health.
Right.
And I think that's important. You got to start young. There are a lot of people that are falling off. They're just dying. I mean, it's incredible.
It really is. I mean, we're seeing so many of them just dropping like flies lately. And I mean, it's we're getting into that age where, more people are going to be passing, but these are not old people that are passing.
Right.
They're in their 40s, 50s, early 60s. Right. They should have, 30 plus years to still be with us, but they're going quickly. So I totally agree with you. Starofdacity, we want you to talk to your brothers and sisters, the young folk, and tell them you've been here with us and that they need to get on the good foot and start maintaining that health early, so that when you all hit the age of these OGs that are here, you can still keep the game going. Because, this is what keeps the game going, the passage of knowledge. So you are here representing, and we want you to take it away with you when you go, okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely trying, because at the end of the day, I am from Memphis, Tennessee.
That's right.
Y'all know about
That's right.
we know about it. We know about it.
Exactly. Rest in peace to Young Dolph. That was like a brother. So rest in peace to him. But I'm from Memphis, so that just explains it all.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely trying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you'll find out the importance of going to see a dentist and how, messed up teeth can affect your heart. I mean, stuff like that. A lot of people don't understand that there's a domino effect with it could start from the teeth and how important the teeth are.
Right.
So yeah, this is important. And then of course you met go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, I apologize. I thought you go ahead.
No, go ahead, Doc. I was getting to you next. So yeah, if you want to explain to him how important the teeth are, and well, I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is a familiar tendency between the great Rick Aaron, and myself. Thank you. Yes, I don't know. Somehow, growing up in rural Mississippi, I don't know. Some teeth I seem to gravitate toward looking at people's teeth. It was very important to my father, my family, to brush your teeth. Okay, fast forward. Anyway, as time goes, end up in dental school. Dental school picked me. I didn't pick it, but anyway, opportunity met preparation. So, what we know, it is crucially important. The mouth is the gateway to the rest of the body. Mm-hmm. So the dental health is crucially important because we know that as clear evidence, unrefutable evidence of correlation between gingivitis and periodontal disease to cardiovascular disease.
Now, just for our audience, for those who may not know what gingivitis is, can you explain what gingivitis is?
Thank you. Gingivitis is inflammation. When the last words, itis, inflammation around the gums of the teeth. And that is the early warning signs of left untreated, then becomes, it's the barrier, the gums, which is the gingiva, is the gums that is the barrier and the junction at the cemento, which around the tooth, at the junction of the gums and the tooth, the barrier that protects the rest of the body, bacteria from entering the rest of the body. So at that crevice, it breaks, it becomes, it's broken by periodontal disease, which means gingivitis treated can maintain that barrier and keep it unchecked. What's gingivitis? Bleeding of the gums. And how do you know you have it? If you have pink. Well, here's the old saying, if you have pink in the sink. So when you brush your teeth, if you see some pink in the sink, that's signs of bleeding of the gums. That means early treatment. Let's just have your teeth clean. This means you're not doing a good enough job, not going to the dentist frequent enough, not flossing, and that kind of thing. So that's easily treatable if by regular dental visits.
And it's kind of interesting if you were bleeding regularly anyplace else, because I mean, a lot of people, every time they brush their teeth, they bleed. If you were bleeding regularly anyplace else, you would not think that's okay. So I don't understand why people think it's okay that every time they brush their teeth, they're spitting blood into the sink. That if you got blood coming out of your body, that's a signal that something's going on.
Right.
Absolutely fantastic. And it's amazing that the level when it's the level that you see is just astonishing. And then you ask yourself graciously in this story, you just want to say, does this person have a significant other? I mean, how does this happen? But nonetheless, that part. So that part. Like, how does that work? But at any rate,
and what she's referring to there is if you have gingivitis, the odor is horrible. I mean, it is bad breath to the max. And like the funny thing is, people will
they stepped all in it and did some shit like
right.
that.
Yes. And then the plaque.
Don't be afraid to say that. Their breath smell like shit. You just like and smell up. That's what it smell like. Let's be straight up and down.
Right.
Breath smell like garbage.
Well, that is easily treatable by a regular dental visit, and your dental hygienist becomes your best person to do that. They are very, very skilled. In fact, they're more skilled than most dentists because that's their area of expertise, and they and their job is to point out dental factors and bring it to the attention of the diagnosing doctor. Okay, they can't diagnose, but they can recognize problems, and then so you might not see the dentist that visit. But having clean teeth when you do see the dentist, which is hopefully the same day or very soon thereafter, and teach you good oral hygiene, because it helps the dentist to have a good environment, a clean environment as much as possible, making the diagnosis. Okay, progressing on, gingivitis, periodontal disease, left untreated. Gingivitis left untreated becomes periodontal disease. That's when teeth get loose, start spacing, pus in the gums, and this kind of stuff. And this is very people still die from untreated dental disease in 2023. Still in 2023. Don't want to be too graphic, but it goes as far as what you might have heard this term, love with angina, in residency. Something we don't see that often, but it can progress to that degree. So what is the other factors are the bite is wrong. That's where your orthodontics come in and straighten the teeth, because with repeated malocclusion that can result in joint problems, clicking, popping of the joint, snapping, pain, and the joint restricted opening. And one of the things that we say, and I guess in your field, you're using your teeth and your mouth in a lot of paranormal positions. You normally use it to chew and bite and that kind of thing, but you're doing repetitive actions in your work. And that is a real contributing factor. So it's really important to put that appointment along with your regular appointments to make sure that at least twice a year, and with some cases recommendation that periodontal disease is treated with the dental hygienist on 4 times a year visits, and that keeps you in. The goal is to keep your good oral hygiene, good dental health so that your teeth can last you for the rest of your life. Yes, we have the advance of implants and that kind of thing. One of the other things that I see in young people, this grill thing, I don't know, but that's not a good thing. But anyway, you have to really almost carry your own periodontist or a hygienist with you if you're going to do that, because it hides a lot of untreated diseases, and people getting these things off the internet and putting them on and that kind of stuff. So it's just nothing takes the place of getting professional management of health, of periodontics. And just one little quick thing, other diseases are diagnosed early in the mouth. We see evidence of early, we have been able to detect early evidence of cancer, early evidence of all types of colitis, GI problems, just other major medical problems by what we see, diabetes in the oral cavity.
Now, here's a question for you. We talk about flossing.
Yes.
But if you toss up flossing and water picking, which would you say would be the most important to do if you're only going to do one?
If you're only going to do one, I would suggest flossing is more, in my opinion, flossing is more effective, because you have to get around all parameters. And but on the other hand, it's not for everyone. A lot of people don't like the manual dexterity is not there. Then I would suggest the water pick floss. It's a device that it's not just a regular water pick. It is designed to do the flossing between the teeth. Okay, so if you have to do one, make sure that it either digital flossing or water pick floss, and you'll see that in most dental offices. But you have to get between those teeth and around. You have to get in the crevice, in the space, and in between to take care of you just can't reach everything by brushing alone.
And I think it's important to note that just managing the surface of the teeth or the surfaces of the gums that you see is not enough, particularly if you already have gingivitis and you have pockets, because what happens is bacteria get down between the teeth and the gums, and it creates plaque formation, and bacteria grow down there. That's the root of the gingivitis, and it just continues to progress. She mentioned Ludwig's angina, and Ludwig's angina, actually, you get a seeding of the bacteria that's coming through the mouth onto the heart. You get seeding of bacteria onto the valves, and you can also get seeding of bacteria onto the basement membranes of the kidney. The mouth is an open portal into the bloodstream.
Absolutely.
And so, needless to say, blood's going all throughout our bodies. If blood's going throughout our bodies and we've got bacteria coming from the mouth, guess where all that bacteria is going?
Wow.
So, that dental care is essential for good health. And for people who are not taking care of their teeth, the research has shown that they don't tend to have as much longevity.
Exactly. That's a very good point. And just maintaining that barrier between the gums and the teeth, making that barrier between nice and tight so that bacteria does not lodge in there is crucially important. And good oral hygiene, regular visits is the key to doing that. And like you said, regular visits help us to diagnose and recognize other things that could be going on that we're not aware of, that we can bring to the attention to the physician, because a lot of times people are not going to either, and they happen to end up with us because of an emergency, but they're not even in the medical system on a regular basis.
Right. Absolutely. And then there are things that can be done. You talked about malocclusions and such, and you get people who they have bruxism, which means that they're grinding at night. Performers, they're singing, and the jaw is being opened quite widely, and then they're bringing the teeth down, clamping the teeth down. So you get changes in the jaw and in the teeth that way. Can those things be repaired through oral surgery?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, that is one of my areas. Now, of course, I'm a surgeon, so I look at things from a surgical point of view, but nonetheless, I want to try to do non-surgical management as quickly as possible. And who wants to go through surgery? If they don't have to. And usually by the time, now that we have these kids starting earlier, there are things that we can do earlier that can treat them orthodontically with space aligners and things like that. But we can start, many of our entertainers, we started treating them with lingual behind the teeth braces, so they can do their work and people don't really know that they're wearing braces, or the invisible line braces, or the now with Invisalign, they're clear and people don't know. And it really doesn't matter, because the most important thing is you're taking care of your health, and that's a sign of that you're being responsible by doing that. And the earlier it's taken care of, the quicker that it can be treated, and the less likelihood that surgery is needed. However, when surgery is needed, it's done with a multiple disciplinary approach, meaning, multiple doctors involved in it, and so that we can collaborate and make a good treatment plan for them. And usually if there's, there are jaw alignment problems. Okay, let's say the Dick Tracy jaw, real protruding jaw, with the teeth fitting inside, the top teeth fitting inside the lower teeth. And that could be a problem. And then of course, if it's treated surgically, is most rapid way of treating it with the orthodontist. And that also gives a better alignment, and it looks good and that kind of thing. Obviously, we want to look good, feel good, everything function well, but those options are available. Other things, let's go back to, if we get to advanced state where the teeth or tooth cannot be saved, then we do have the option of what we call a permanent replacement, relatively permanent replacement. And it can be permanent because you can lose your teeth, your implant, for the same reason you lost your teeth, if you're not maintaining good oral health. But when you're buying teeth at the cost of a minimum of like $3,000, $5,000 or whatever a tooth, then I think you're more inclined to take care of those than the one nature gave us. But obviously, there's none of us as good as well aligned dental arches, but there are some abnormalities that do occur as a result of the way of our genetics or whatever that we need to treat. Yeah.
So my last question, and we're going to go ahead and move on. You mentioned the grills. Now, ideally, the grills aren't great for the teeth, and doing away with them would be a good thing. But because it is part of a culture, and it may be a while before that's removed from the culture, is there anything that the artists who are using grills can do to protect their teeth and to wear them more responsibly?
Just go to the dentist. I mean, that's just got to be a regular part of going hygiene appointments, so that they can check those pockets and making sure that is being kept clean, and very meticulous oral hygiene. Even more so is the best thing that I can suggest. And if they have them what is removable, that is very, I certainly hope that the idea of permanent placement of these things on the teeth is just not a good idea. If you just must have them, then they can be fabricated where they can be removable. Put them in, do your show, whatever, take them out, clean your teeth and that kind of thing. That's much better option, if at all possible. It's just not a good idea to join and lock all of this stuff together permanently, if it's all possible, because it's very difficult to keep it clean.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that input. And, hopefully people will really pay attention to that if they are using the grills. Because again, we have our entertainers dying at unreasonably young ages. And the grills, they've been around for a while now, and those artists that started using the grills are now going to be coming of age where it can be problematic if they have not cared for them in the past. The bacteria and the damage that has been done can start to become problematic, and these are possibly some of the contributors to the early demise of some people. So, these are things, we know better. When you know better, you do better. So, now we put it out there, and, hopefully a lot of our rappers and other folks who are using the grills will see the show and will take that to heed. And we've got young stars on the show. We've got older stars on the show, and couple of generations span here. You can each take it out to your generation and share it. Sharing is caring.
Exactly.
So thank you so much, Dr. G, for being with us and for imparting that knowledge. We hope that you'll stay for the rest of the show. And, if you have something to toss out there, be sure to throw it in.
I am just honored. I'm thinking about the 50th anniversary. Where did the years go? And I'm thinking, you said 1970, what is this? When it's 73? 73? Yeah, I'm like, what was I doing? Oh, I was in dental school. So I wasn't
paying attention. Wasn't paying attention. So let's let's talk about that. I'm going to bring Busy Bee back on, and let's kind of start with that. But I think that we missed the introduction, Ricky, of Kwame.
No, we did. We talked about.
Okay, all right. Just making sure that you didn't get overlooked.
Yeah.
So, Busy Bee, I'd like to bring you back on, and let's talk about this whole hip hop and rap thing. You were there from the beginning. What was that all about?
Again, like it was just having fun. And in the neighborhoods where we came from, it was something to do where everybody can be, you know how they say music calms the savage beast. So, you know, with the gangs and all that stuff back in the days, if we can bring the music to the park area where all the girls will be at, we playing music. I mean, the gangs will protect us now. Make sure we all right, so we can play this music to keep the people in the block, in the neighborhoods happy, because the music out, the little corner store make a little extra money with the change, people going in the store and buying stuff. So it was like mostly a neighborhood thing, you know, and believe it or not, it just started growing. But like I said earlier, as far as before the record started, it was like that because we didn't have records. We just was doing what we was doing. A lot of the songs that the DJs was playing was a lot of disco records that they was taking beats from the disco records. Right. And that's where break beats came from, you know? So, you know, it was a fun thing to do because like they said, we didn't invent anything, but we reinvented everything. You know what I mean? In our culture. And at the end of the day, you know, I would like to just let everybody know that our culture is about peace. Because when you say hip hop in certain areas and stuff, people get scared and get nervous. You know what I mean? And that's not what it is. I mean, you know, you can come to a hip hop event and bring your grandmother and Aunt Betty, and they're gonna go there and have a holiday and say, man, I went to hip hop, you know, versus going to a rap concert where you have to have your phone on 911 speed dial and make sure you have your bulletproof vest on, or don't have your good sneakers on because somebody step on that, or if you step on somebody's nice sneak, that's a problem, you know, and that's what it was, and that's what was happening now, and that's not what it's about. Our coach is having fun. It's excuse me, we sorry, no problems. You know what I mean? We wasn't. It was love, man. I had fun doing it. Still having fun in our coach. They saying our coach is dead. Our coach is not dead. Our coach is about having fun. And if that's what you're doing, then the coach is alive and well. You know what I mean? And I heard the guy said from Memphis earlier, the young guy said, man, I'm doing this too long. So if you was doing this too long, I've been doing it 3 long.
Right. Or 4 long. Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
So I'm here to answer the question. Now, let me tell you about this battle. It was never a battle. Yeah. I got sabotaged. That shit was a sabotage. I got sabotaged. Let's put it straight up and down. And a lot of people hear that tape and say, Busy Bee said, that's why I'm on Cool Mo D Dick. No, I did not say no shit like that. I wasn't even fucking there. I wasn't even there to hear him say none of this shit. I had to hear the tape like they had to hear the tape. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? They say, hey, yo, Biz, man, Cool Mo D. And I was in Harlem World. I actually just posted a picture that somebody took, which is so awesome, that I was on stage in Harlem World. And I've never saw a picture. And people probably never saw the inside of Harlem World. And today, so I just posted, because I took it off of Facebook, some guy named Jeff O'Keefe. I want to see him back because he might have some other pictures. But it was awesome to know that I was on a stage, that they can see that. But for the sabotage, I was not there. It was MC convention. Me and AJ always was doing these things and having fun doing them, bringing in all the no-name rappers to come in and try to give them their little shine and they you know what I mean? And have fun. We have the groups, that category. We have the single rappers category. We have the female single rappers, and everybody go in, do their thing. We let the judge, we didn't have like judges. We have the crowd tell everybody who they liked it the best, and we did it like that. I just happened to be nice. I'm good. Yeah, Kumo D, and he was part of a treacherous three, a group. He got jealous. I made him jealous because I was looking good. I always was smelling good. I always had money in my pocket. I can go and eat shrimp fried rice while they had to go to White Castles. You know what I mean? I used to make them mad. You know what I'm saying? So, and I used to always have fun. When they came to Busy B and see Busy B on the microphone, everybody starts smiling. See how you smiling and shit? That's what everybody do. They say, oh, you're ready to go down now. And then everybody had a good time. And then, I mean, he got mad at that. So I did my 1-2, did what I had to do, and I left. I went downstairs, went to enjoy myself with my friends. Everybody happy. We had a good time. I did my thing. I'm gone, right? All of a sudden, everybody come running and looking for me and telling me, I'm like, what the fuck happened? They say, hey, Busy B. Oh, man, Kumo D just got on the stage and he just was snap. You know, we call it snapping in New York City back then. No, right. You say, yo, he was snapping on you. He just was snapping on you crazy. Oh, you got to hear it. So I go back inside to the club. I get back inside and go upstairs to the club and it's over. So I'm like, what the fuck? And everybody see me come back. Yo, everybody trying to tell me what happened. So I'm like, but Lee was the DJ of the club. He was the house DJ. And in the booth, he had all the equipment where he always recorded everything. He told me, that's just how I found out. He said, Busy, come tomorrow. I'll let you hear the tape. I have it all on tape. You gotta hear this. So
wow. So you didn't even hear it the first night. You heard it the next day.
Right. I didn't.
Wow.
Now let me say this to the friends and the guys. I'm no punk bitch. So if I was there and saw him on stage, soon he'd have said, hey, yo, Busy B, put the ball. I would have. You would have never got a chance to say no shit like that. You know, so that's one. Two, again, I wasn't there. So how can I jump on the stage after a man say all of these rude things about me? And I'm going to say, that's why I'm on his dick. Are you kidding me, man? That was LA Sunshine, his friend, his partner, who was another all right with me type of guy, waited till I left. Everybody said, yo, B, they waited till you left. You know what I'm saying? To do this, because when he did it, he got on the thing, the party was over. So Sam was the host. He went up to Sam and said, Sam, can I do this? And Sam like, wait a minute, hold up. It's over. He said, no, I just wanted to, you know. So they let him do it. He was Kumo D from the Treacherous Street. They let him do it. Had no idea what he was going to say, what he was going to do. It was a surprise to everybody. But at the end of the day, what it did for him, it made him, didn't make me. I was good. You know what I mean? If you think about it, because I never got bitter about it. I never went into a corner and wagged my tail like I was a little, again, I know punk bitch. I stayed doing my thing, kept rocking the house, because I was pretty. I looked good doing my shit. He's ugly. He was so black and ugly. And I tell everybody, you ugly. You can't be the chick. The chick's supposed to be pretty like me. I like Muhammad Ali. I was the same thing. He just was a boxer. I was an MC. So the shit he was, I used to say to the MCs, because that's what it was. And I used to have fun with it. I always did. To this day, I still do. I like doing what I was doing. It took me around the world. I met kings, queens, prime ministers, bitches, hoes, friends, dope fiends, junkies. I mean, I'm loved. I'm loved like that. And I'll take that more than the finances of it, because the respect that I get, I can go in hoods with the most notorious hoods, and the gangsters are going to come in your biz, and I'm going to get love and respect. I'm not going to get disrespected. And so
that's a good point that you make. That's a really good point that you make, because I mean, I've heard several rappers and, you know, other entertainers talk about
their own hoods. They can't even go back in their own hoods.
Well, but a lot of them can, because the music unifies people.
Right.
You know, whereas people may be at each other's throat. I've heard lots of folks say, you know, I was spitting lyrics to keep them from looking at me. It kept a lot of people out of trouble.
See, well, that's what I'm saying, you know. But again, for us, we didn't look at it like that, or I didn't look at it like that. I was always respected with my friends and peers. I never burnt bridges, you know. So as I met you and you met me, we laughed and giggled or whatever the case may have been, you know, and that's what I'm still trying to do today. I got new stuff. I got stuff going. I mean, I'm just not. A lot of my friends did their stuff in the 80s, and even Kumo D, Wild Wild West, that's all he got. That's it. That's it. He finished. My Bob with the bar that he said put on hold, Kid Rock took it, reinvented it again, and he didn't actually reinvent it. He used the same terms that I did at Bob with the Bob, the dang, diggy, diggy. He used the same thing, and we sold 11 million albums, Kumo D. So that Bob with the Bob he told me put on hold, I took it off hold, and we rich now. How you like me now?
How you like me now?
Yeah.
Ricky?
No, that's the story. That's the story. So
Okay.
we're celebrating the 50th year of hip hop. That's, I mean, that's so cool, you know?
I did 50.
Yeah. Tell us about your song, your new song. I love it.
I got a new song. I had two of them. One called Smiling. And to the song called Smiling, it's about how people smile in your face, talk behind your back. I acknowledged it in a song. And the other one is called Drips and Sauce. I used a Michael Jackson Show Me the Way to Go background. I did it. Kwame, I definitely need Kwame to hear it. I got to get his email so I can send it over to him. And it's an awesome song. I'm doing pretty well with it. I just been kept going, man. I just keep going and keep going. And then again, people like Kwame, I bump into them. If we can do something together, I'm always in, you know, because you never know. So I just appreciate it, the talent. I appreciate all the people that's doing what they're doing, especially in our culture. And because rap is something we do and hip hop is something we live. So I let people know that because I am the hip hop's first solo MC of our culture. There was Coke Rock, who was with Herc, and he was his name is DJ Coke Rock, but he was also an MC. They will try to tell you he would be the first, but I am the first solo MC. There was no, you know, there was no Curtis Blows. There was no else, you know what I mean? So I take that and run with it. And that's my story. I'm gonna stick to it.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you and what you brought. Does the music ever get old?
No. You know, music is music. It's what you say. You can have the best music and say some bullshit, but that music on rock. You got that music. The music is it. It's not about what you're saying, because there's a lot of songs you listening to right now. You just remember the music. You don't know what the fuck they said and don't give a fuck. You like that music. That music was all right. I like that shit right there. You know, so, but it's music with me. And for me, my style is fly. I like fly shit. I like to do fly shit. So I need a fly beat.
That is so true. And I danced with the hip hop company Aftershock. And it was really pretty funny because, like you said, you know, you hear the songs, you hear the music, you hear the beats, and I'm bopping along doing my thing, and then they would laugh at me because all of a sudden, you know, he's breaking down the song, and a lot of times the movements have to, you know, to some kind of way match the song, and I'd be like, "Say what?" They said, "What?" It's like, didn't even know what the song said.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I relate.
You remember, I'd give you another hint about music too. You remember when you used to know the number one song?
Right.
Yes.
You would know. What's the number one song right now? Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah, the charts are no longer.
Well, you know, I mean, part of the thing is you used to know the number one song because there were also a smaller amount of artists, and they were channeled just like the movies. You had movie stars, and there were certain stars you knew. There were certain movies, you know, music was the same way. There was Motown, and there were certain stars, and, you know, you knew the music. Now they come from everywhere. Everybody, I mean, everyone's a star coming out of their trunk, you know.
And again, it's feeding families, it's saving some people's lives, it's keeping people out of the streets in trouble. I commend you.
I think it's a great thing.
You know, the right people to do it is the right people to do it. We can't be making up.
I think it's a great thing.
Yeah, you know,
it levels the playing field.
Our respect among each other. That's all we got to do. Just curb the respect among each other. We can police ourselves. We don't have to have police in our business. We can do this. I know this person. I can go to this person and play. We can't do that. I don't need Columbo to go tell this. Columbo don't know Tom. I know Tom. I tell Tom, chill the fuck out. Columbo, you go and drink coffee and eat a donut. I got this. We can police ourselves, really. But then, you know, the envy steps in. The one with the most money think he can talk the most, you know. So I listen to the young. I listen to the old. I get more advantage when I listen to the young, because then when I'm around the older people, they say, how I know so much, because I got it from the young. I was listening to what they were saying. And then the younger person that was listening to me can go around his friends and be more advanced because he learned it from an older person. So, you know what I mean? That's called culture.
Right. And I like that about the culture that is really coming into play now, that the younger people and the older people are coming back. I mean, there was such a chasm there for a while, and the younger people and the older people are coming back together, and the young bucks out there are learning from the OGs, and, you know, the OGs are now passing down that knowledge.
It's just some of the older people not trying to listen to the younger people.
Right.
The younger people listening to us, but it's the older people that don't want to tell them too much because they already think they too smart, and they not. If you tell them what you know, they'll look at you like, really? And change their pattern because they didn't know. And so you telling them, you know, again, I try to do what I can do. I'm just a God in my own spirit. I roll with the spirit. I try to do what I can do when I can. You know what I mean?
Right. So let's talk to a young brother here, Starofdacity. What's it like for you? I mean, this is a different generation, and it's coming with a different slant to the music. And as I said, for a while, there was such a chasm between the older and the younger, and the younger folks were doing their things, and older folks were disrespecting. I can't stand what they're doing, and the younger folks are like, those old goats. And we've got our own thing, we've got our own message, our own word. What is the message? What are you all trying to put out there? What are you trying to say? And why do you think that we reach this point where the young folks are looking to the older group to work with them? And do you feel like you're being appreciated at this point in time? And your mic is off, so turn your mic on. There you go.
It's like raising a child. Y'all say the same thing. Basically, when you get older, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. Basically, we don't understand from the beginning. Let's say I got my own rap style, and this is how I want to do it.
Right.
And you have, an older legend, like Busy B or whatnot. He might come tell me, if you do it this way, you know what I'm saying, it'd be way better teaching. But you're gonna be like, I don't want to hear that. Because the way I'm doing it, I feel like it's, I got young fans coming and blah, blah, blah. So you kind of like, this working for me, even though that's a person that's already been through it.
Right. For me, and that's where I say, that's where the part I listen, because there is the new generation and you are part of that. So yes, I do. That's where I come in and do listen, because my ear and what I did 30 years ago, I know don't work for you today.
Yeah.
So that's where I learned my knowledge and get this stuff from the youth. I listen, and I what you tell me, like I hear you. I don't say no, that's not it. That's not going to work, because shit, that is working. It's already working. You showing me and telling me and showing me that it's working. So I'm not going to stop that. I will support it until I see it's going to hurt us. Once I see it's hurting us around, then I try to change. Yeah. Other than that, I'll support until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, but see, you could be different. So let's just say I am a young rapper. So I'm a young rapper. And so it may be older rappers, excluding yourself. So it may be older rappers that you may talk to, they might not want to give you the game because a lot of them don't want to see you go past the point where they went. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And at the same time,
that's that envy, man. You got to walk away. You got to walk away, though, because then for those that, for me, this is my assumption. For those that treat you like that, they know you on to something. Yeah. And they know you get ready to do something probably greater than them. So of course they don't take. So that's your sign right there. Yeah, I'm on something. Thank you. See ya. And go and do it.
And it's not even just the older rappers.
But
it could be a rapper that just Yeah, it could be a rapper that just already, solidified in the game. So you might come into contact with them and they see your talent or whatnot, and they could say, I'm gonna help you do this, They just disappear. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you don't want to see.
That's the same sign.
Why can't we get up here?
Something that you're gonna do that they're not gonna be a part of once you do it, because you ask for help. And I give everybody this knowledge as well too. It's a saying, and it comes before even me. Good help is hard to find. That's not a myth. That is real. If you can find, everybody likes to ask for money, new girls, a new house, new car. I need a new pair. I need some new teeth. I need, and 95% of that shit you ask for, you get. But ain't nobody saying I need help.
That's me. But I've been saying it forever.
Hey, because it's hard to find.
Yes.
Don't get it twisted. I'm still asking for help, but it's not a myth. So I want you to understand it now while you're young, that it's not a myth. That saying that your grandmother or your aunt or your mother that's older than you say, hey, that saying help is hard to find. That's real. It's not a myth. If you find help, lock it in. Keep it for as long as you can and run with it, because that shit is hard.
Exactly. Like I've had rappers that's, of course, way ahead of me, in the game or whatnot. I would do a song for them or whatnot, sing a verse, and I know I went crazy. No cockiness. I just know I went crazy, especially if I know, this could potentially be heard. So I'm gonna go crazy. Next thing you know, they don't want to drop it. It's just, it don't make I'm like, are you serious?
Right there, here's another saying. God bless the child that has his own.
Got his own.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think it really is important, something that you said earlier. And, I like to say it is, let your haters be your motivators, because if you did not have something going on, they wouldn't be hating. They wouldn't care. They're only on you because you do have something going on. And that brings out insecurities in them. That's not your problem.
Can I add another perspective? If possible?
Sure, absolutely. Spit it out.
I think that a lot of times we are very monolithical with our talents. And we're seeing things through our eyes, and we're not seeing things.
So it's the host, Dr. Cheryl.
I'm sorry?
That was Ricky on the other line.
Oh no! So
I'm sorry.
So we see things through our own perspective. We see the hard work that we're putting out. We see what our talent is. We see everything through our own eyes. But sometimes we fail to see, most times we fail to see that, or fail to realize that other people may not see us the way we see ourselves.
Absolutely.
And then we put the term hate on it. They're not hating. They just probably don't see it. They probably just don't believe. They probably just do not think you are talented. That doesn't mean that you are or you're not. But, it's, and then at the same time, rap is a contact sport. Rap is a competitive sport. But
Kwame, when you just said the magic word to me, you just said it now, and I'm going to break it down. You just said it. All of us now, between myself, I would use Big Daddy Kane, the first and second generation of our coaches, the EPMDs and stuff. Mm-hmm. We did manually work where we didn't want to feature Big Daddy Kane and Biz. We wanted to do it ourselves. We went gold and platinum by ourselves. We have no features. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Today, and most of rappers today, again, you don't know whose song this is because everybody's on. Whose song is that? You know what I mean? It got 30 features on it. You know what I mean? So what we did and what we celebrating as an anniversary is the hard work we put in to show that what we did was magnificent within ourselves. We didn't try to prove nothing to nobody. We did it.
Yeah, no, but the point I'm trying to make is sometimes, we have to make sure that we gotta stick on our path. And I'm talking basically what Starofdacity is saying. It's just got to be the work you put in. You know what I'm saying? You may do this work with this person and do this with that person, and that one may not recognize you, and this one may not recognize you. But from my personal experience, and I can only speak from my experiences, the key to longevity is just the not stopping. Right. And moving on to the next situation. Just, okay.
I'm that.
Push that to the side. Push that to the side. Let's go. Next thing.
That. Yeah, I'm that. You understand what I'm saying? I am exactly that.
Yeah, I've been doing this. Perseverance.
Right. So I've been doing this. I had to reinvent myself. I had to change personalities. It's like a technique. I had to change with times. I had to go through 3 or maybe 4 generations, and I had to change with them to be relevant. So when they see me now, I was Busy B. I went from Busy B to Cousin B to Uncle B to OG B. You know what I'm saying? So I still, however it is, I'm still B. I could be OG B, Yo B, I'm still B. So I had to do that. I had to do that.
I got a question when you get done.
And doing it, like I said.
I got a question when you get done.
All right, go. I'm listening.
No. I'm gonna let you finish. I got a question when you're done.
Yeah, but again, I was finished. I was letting them know that that's how it is. I was just trying to doing B.
Mm-hmm. And I think that, doesn't it have to be that way for anybody that's successful in any business? Now, you said that, you've got the group of people on the album and you're not sure who is who, and different people are being featured, but they're still all working towards their own success. And I think that perseverance is the key for anybody, whether they're the older guys or the younger guys, whether they're in rap or hip hop, or Hurricane's in the insurance industry, and he didn't get where he is without being perseverant. And Dr. Loretta didn't get where she is without being perseverant. This woman's a surgeon. That's a hard road to hoe. It's a man's world, and she got there by being perseverant. I've been to hell and back.
It's perseverance.
Got there, perseverance.
Right. Perseverance and staying focused. A lot of people,
absolutely.
And staying focused to us.
Yeah, that part.
And terminology is like sticking to the script in the movie thing. Yeah. Stick to the script. Everybody want to change the script in the middle of the movie. Finish the movie, and then because everybody making movies, but then they get in the middle of the movie and see Tom doing something that's easy and fast and say, "Oh man!"
Shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome.
Right, and stop the movie to try to do what Tom did. Now Tom is finished doing that. You're in the middle of what Tom did. You ain't seeing that, and now you're seeing what Tommy did. You're trying to do it. You still got a movie back here. Finish the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a blockbuster. It could be, at least if you finish it, you know where you stand. Okay, it ain't do that great, I'll do another. Or I did a blockbuster, I hit him. It's good. You know what I'm saying? At least you know what you did because it's finished. Right. Everybody's still in the middle of stuff and they want to switch and switch and switch. They not sticking to the script and wondering why they not getting paid. You ain't finished nothing.
Right. Absolutely. And then, I think a part of that is there's this tremendous fear of failure. And
But
the thing is,
gonna
if you want to
fail.
win big, you have to take big risk, and there is no failure. There's just
Kwame,
learning
Kwame,
experiences.
tell them how many times you failed before you saw the light, man. Please.
Man, you know, every attempt at anything, there's failure. Every attempt, you know, like, you know, no, through life, doesn't matter what field you're in,
Right.
whatever, you know, whether it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's always a failure. And the great, like, you know, you brought up Muhammad Ali. The reason why people call Muhammad Ali the world's greatest, it wasn't because he won all the time. It's because sometimes he lost and came back to win, you know,
But
and that sharpens your iron, you know. It's just, you gotta fail. Failure sharpens.
Day two. Now that was my dude. He told everybody he was the greatest. He, like you said,
he believed it. The key was he believed it.
Exactly.
He believed that he was great.
He believed it.
I'm the greatest, and they had to say, "You the greatest."
and then also it just shows you the difference between a success and a failure. The failure, and I don't want to call anybody a failure, but when you do a failing move, sometimes it's the difference between the person who falls and stays down and the one who falls and gets back up.
Yes, it isn't how hard you fall; it's how you get back up.
Some people can get right back up. Some people it takes a month to get up.
Well,
but it's the fact that you got to get up.
Well, Kumo didn't get back up.
In between that.
I'm straightening out all bums. I'm knocking out all bums. If I knock you out, you don't get back up.
So guys, I want to add one thing here. You know, I am listening to you guys, and I admire the work and I admire the history. But you know, you're touching on something. I actually do a lot of shows about this, the achievement part and the believe in and the success. And you touch on the failure and the success. And I think Starofdacity, you stated about, you know, other people don't want to do the right thing by you, whatever the idea is, like the money they don't believe, or there's always someone that's kind of hating a kind of concept that's not seeing your value. And same thing, you know, Busy Bee, you said the same thing about it was you did you. It was about me, you know, and Kwame, you talked about it depends on the angle. Some people see you one way, some people see it the other way. But it starts to the point that we all making here is that if you believe in you, me, myself, and I, no matter what happens,
you
know, it doesn't matter. You know, people are going to be a block. There's going to be, you know, fallbacks, going to be obstacles, going to be, you know, traps, whatever the case may be, haters, name them anything. But those are all distractions. Nothing should stop you. And I know, Starofdacity, you got to make it big. I know, Busy Bee, it's not going to end. You know, this is just, you know, it's going to continue. Kwame, you know, you're doing your thing and it's going to continue working that way. And that's really everyone on this show right now. We all are doing something that's unique for ourselves and we're building. And you know what? How many people, Dr. Cheryl mentioned me in the insurance world. That was 30 years of struggle and a lot of stuff and different angles and talking about people that like you, but they don't like you, whatever. But now I went to the media. I went to the media portion of it. And you know what? There's a lot of podcasts, and a lot of shows, and a lot of stuff. If I thought about it that way, I would have not started, you know, but it doesn't matter. I don't care about what people think. What I do care about is that to bring value. And I want to continue doing this. And that's exactly what we're doing. It's about you seeing you for who you are and going after whatever the dream and goal, and no one will stop you. And yes, you're going to have these unfortunate events or things that will kind of like make you feel like, oh my God, or you're going to feel like, well, why these people hate, they don't want to help. You know what? You help yourself. As you said, we help ourselves, but there are people out there. The question is, you don't eliminate everybody else by default because you had bad, you know, experiences with one or two individuals. There is going to be, I mean, we have Rick here, you know, Ricky, he's helping, he's doing the work. We have people that are out there doing the help with you and always willing to do so. Not everybody is, but that's okay. You know, we don't care about those that don't want to help, but there's always someone that's going to be there. Now, you might not have encountered that person yet, but you will. As long as you're out there, you don't stop. Nothing's going to stop you. And I stop with that one.
The old saying is no man, no woman is an island.
It's an island.
We don't do anything on this planet without the aid of someone else. Whether we think that we're doing it ourselves, we can say we're doing everything by ourselves, but unless you are, say for example, in the record industry, unless you got a lab in your back room and you're pressing up your own records and you got your own distribution company and you're driving across the world and handing out songs and you're in the audience and on stage at the same time and doing the lights and the sounds, you're not doing anything by yourself in the long run. And
Right.
and
Right.
to address the
And I
term
think that
hater,
you can do things by yourself, but if you do it all by yourself, you're shortchanging yourself because
you can only
nobody
get so far
is
by
an
yourself.
expert at
There's a limit
every
to this.
single thing
Exactly.
in the world. So you are
Well, I told
limiting
y'all.
yourself if you have to be the boss of everything.
There's
No,
a
Gotta
limit.
get
can
that
do it.
H-E-L-P.
There's
That's
a limit
right.
to that. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Me as a young rapper, I do recording myself, putting out stuff myself. I might get the occasional help of somebody who may want to do a cover. I have my own video man, of course. So it's kind of like, and it goes back to what Kwame was saying, what he just said. What I was going to say, but he just said it. Nobody does anything. You never get there by yourself. You will not get there by yourself.
Right,
Period.
because I was going to say the same thing as far as what you just said.
I've been
You said
trying.
you do everything by yourself, and that's fine and dandy. But in the music business, you definitely need 2 or 3 other ears. You need the ears. Your ear
Yes.
is not the same as the people's ears. Your
Yeah.
ears might just be for you, and the people who say "fuck that."
Yeah.
I learned that. I did. I actually learned something when I found out that I actually didn't know. When I found out that's what it was awesome because then that made it better for me.
It make
If
it
I
easy.
knew what I liked it, what they liked, and I could add to that to make it better.
Right.
That
Yes.
was it.
You put
That
your
was-
own swag to it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
You know, so
But
you
also,
know, you have to have a producer. That's where a good producer come in and bring out your talent. You don't know your talent from what you know, and whatever everybody think they shit. You be,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I be swearing
So
I'm
that
going
other-
crazy.
other person will tell
And you are, and you will.
you know, that other person to tell you, Claire, you calm down. This
yeah,
ain't it.
you got to have checks and balances with all things. Checks and balances with all things in life is very, very key. But at the same time, it's being aware of your self limits, being
Right.
aware of your self esteem. Self esteem is everything. You know that can stop somebody. That can launch somebody. There are people. You know that I'm pretty sure everybody has their own opinions of different artists or different just people in
But
a
you can't take
professional opinion.
criticism. If you can't take the
Yeah.
criticism, then you
And then
already
some
do.
people
I love
may
it.
Well,
not.
if you can't
may
take
not
the
think that they're
criticism, you're in
good.
the wrong business.
No,
You're
it.
in
you
the
might not
wrong
think
business.
that person is good at all, but that person believed in
I
themselves
love
so
it.
much that they're a success. And they may not be the best, this, that, or the third, but their belief system is the
Right.
best.
Let's talk about one of those people.
The
Now,
work ethic.
my girl, I love her. She's beautiful. Sade. Sade has a very limited vocal range.
Yeah.
She was told repeatedly that she was not going to make it because she didn't have the talent, didn't have the chops. But she believed in herself and she took that limited vocal range and she stayed in her pocket and worked with it. Icon. I ain't mad at Sade. I don't know anybody who is.
Me
Right.
neither. And I'm gonna tell you something else. She only come out once a year. If you don't see her,
Yeah.
You better talk about once every 10 years, not no.
Yeah, not one. Hey, I was just about to say that, Kwame. Not no once every year, 10 years.
Once every 10 years.
But every
Sade
time
is at
she
home.
busts out, everybody listens.
Everybody's
Everybody
there.
stops and pays attention
Yeah, no doubt.
to that limited
time.
range.
Yeah.
Yep,
And
no,
that limited range,
They're so
everybody
smooth.
know when Sade opens her mouth. I mean,
Yes.
you can have your eyes closed and say, Sade. That's
know
She's
that.
a
Sade's
whole.
song.
She's a whole vibe.
She's a whole vibe.
Whole vibe.
And I want to say about the term haters. You got to understand there's an opposite of that. The opposite is you could be an anonymous where there's no one hating you, there's no one acknowledging you, and there's no one doing anything. So if you say you have haters, that is the confirmation that you are doing something.
You're right.
Because that action of whatever you're doing, if somebody likes it, and then there's always a positive and a negative. So if somebody's loving what you're doing, somebody's going to be hating what you're doing. But it's the fact that you're doing. When you're not doing anything and you're just a face in the crowd that nobody even thinks about or sees or does whatever, that's when you know you got to be on another page, and you can't even use that term. Like you can't keep it as a negative. Like, oh, that's a hater. That's a hater. That can't be a negative, because that's just a
motivators. Those are your motivators.
It's just a life philosophy that I personally go by. It's like you got to have both sides of the coin. Not everybody's going to love you. For everybody that loves you, there's almost an equal amount of people that don't, or a good amount of people. I don't care who the person is. I don't care. It could be Michael Jackson, it could be Prince, it could be Sade. There's people out there that be like, Sade can't sing, I hate her. I don't know who they are.
Me either.
They out there mind. But there are people that think these type of things. And with the advent of social media, you give people the power of hate where they never even had that power of hate, because they're behind the keyboard, their faces aren't even seen, and they can just type in whatever for reactions. They may absolutely love what you do, but to get that reaction, you'll get a more reaction from a negative than reaction from a positive. A positive is just, oh, thank you so much. A negative, you like, what? What'd you say?
There's a whole conversation.
Yeah, it turns into something totally different. So, there are people in this world that are designed to professionally hate. They are designed to do this.
Hey, Kwame, but the haters, one thing about the haters, they so far that you really don't see them. They just hate. It's the envy, the one that's standing next to you. The envy person is the one that you got to watch.
That's the dangerous one.
The hater one is all the way over there. He don't give a fuck. He just hate. Watching you from the far, making sure and making sure you still doing shit, so he can just like, let's keep looking. That envious person, that's with you, one that went to go get the Pepsis and the pretzels and shit. That person.
Right.
And that goes across all fields. That's all fields of success. I'm almost certain. I'm speaking to my sisters in the medical profession. I'm almost certain there are family members, there are neighbors, there are ex-friends from elementary school, there are people, all levels of success breeds contempt, jealousy, hatred, or a misunderstanding. And that's a common ground that, you just have to deal with. A successful person just has to deal with. And when I say success, I'm not speaking of rich. It might not be rich, it might not be famous, but like say, Starofdacity, you are good at what you do. And because you are good at what you do, you are now considered a success. Because there are people that try to do what you do and stink. You know what I'm saying?
I know a couple of them.
So it's like since you're good at what you do, you're going to receive that negative energy,
right?
And that negative energy needs to become fuel, and it's not. You don't push negative energy back with negative energy though. So if somebody doesn't look out for you,
don't waste your time with negative
energy. It's number gas to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this
makes me go harder.
And that's a big thing. A big thing because, we're dealing in an industry when you're dealing with entertainment or I won't even say entertainment, any area that requires a certain amount of expertise, that requires reaching high to get to a higher level. There is a certain amount of risk and there's a certain amount of trauma that goes with getting there. And one of the things that's come out recently is all of a sudden you see just a plethora of entertainers and athletes and different people who are having meltdowns in public, mental health issues. I think that's an important thing to see, because as you're climbing to the top.
I wanted to tell you right there. Hey, Kwame, I need you too, because this, what I'm about to tell y'all that I've been working on is real big. And I don't mind saying it, what I'm going to say now, because it's going to come to fruition anyway. But I have a deal that I'm working with some people. I call it after the applause. And when I mean by after the applause, after everybody on their stage doing their shit and getting money, your health is very important. We want to have an organization to where the MCs, the DJs, the after the applause, the comedians, all of us, we have something to fall back on that'll help us in medical terms for our families. With some of us, you know, they get money, they done spent all their money, done jerked all their money, or got robbed or swindled out their money. They get interred, they can't take care of themselves. That after applause is like an insurance that we would take care of that artist, because that's what we do. It's called after applause. After the applause, I want Kwame, I need you involved with that. This is for the higher ups. I mean, I need people with the real money, the real this is an insurance thing for all of us, for us, for whoever is a part of this. For the younger see what we doing, because they are 2 years from being old school. So you, my brother,
right?
Enjoy that young and get now.
You don't last long. You're old quick.
Yeah, you 2 years from being the OG. So after the applause, we want to be able to. They can come in. It's like a big mansion house. You come here and relax and play your pool and like a home. You know what I mean? I'm working on that.
That's a good thing.
That is important. It is important because you have to maintain the mental health. And we're in a field.
In all aspects.
You're out in the entertainment world. All eyes are on you. And people have this fear of being seen as weak or unsuccessful. You know, you are your greatest asset, and you have to invest in yourself. And that includes your mental health. And
See, like with the dentist lady, we was talking to her. She's part of this. We need her. We need we need all of them. We need all the major doctors to take care of us. I mean, hey man, we entertained y'all, so now help us.
But it starts before that. I mean, it starts with Starofdacity. It starts with the 8 and 9-year-olds that are out there that are starting to spit beats and got lyrics and stuff. It starts then.
Right. If they see in us, if it started, because it's not started, it's just a conversation. It's you got to see it. You got to be in it. You got to do it. And for me, it's like what Rocky doing with the museum. We have a hip hop museum they building up in the Bronx of New York. It is just similar to the same thing. We need a building. We need doctors on deck and on hand and then we got new technology now. So there's a lot of things we can do in that aspect for us. It's not no one man getting rich off it. It's for us. It's like St. Jude's for the cancer kids. We got the hospital for all the MCs, for the entertainers. Let's call it that.
Also, but I understand what the point you're making as far as also with the mental health. I think what we touched on earlier, it's about like if you're in, say, Starofdacity's age group or younger, there's a lot of factors that are taking place. There's a lot of, we're now living in the age of what we call our influencers. Right. And you got to really take that term seriously.
Right.
You're an influencer.
Right.
You can influence one way or the other.
Right.
And a lot of these kids, especially our young daughters, we got to think about this now. A lot of our kids are being influenced by things that they see flashing before their eyes at all times, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on YouTube, or whether it's just and then art always imitates life, and it's a circular process. So we are now influenced by these things, and our 10-year-olds, our 12-year-olds, our 15-year-olds are feeling like they're not good enough. They see their favorite artist, and you know, they call it the glow up. They'll see their favorite artist and they'll look one way when they first get the deal, but then the record is platinum, the booty's different, the nose is different, the complexion is different, the hair is different.
Right.
And as a 10-year-old, if you're influenced by that, you're like, I can't be that.
Right.
I don't look like that. And then you deal with that mental health. Or if let's take it flash forward, you're a successful artist. You're an artist that's in the middle of the mainstream right now, making a great amount of money, and you don't have the influences around you, keyword influences around you, telling you, okay, let's not take a picture with money to your ear and the address of the house that you're staying at behind you and posting that in front of 1 million people. Let's not do that. You know, let's not shoot videos literally incriminating something that you could have done maybe 2 years ago that you're rapping about now, that you're technically out of that life.
Right. But
you're putting yourself in that incriminating situation. Let's not do that.
Right.
And that those mental health influences really affect you and it affects a lot of these artists in so many adverse ways. It's incredible.
And everything that impacts you from a mental health standpoint, you don't have to put out for everybody. You should deal with it. And, you should talk to somebody, but it does not necessarily need to go out on the internet.
Yeah, Instagram isn't your therapist.
That's right.
Don't go crying on Instagram about blah, blah. It's not your it's not your marriage counselor. It's not your therapist. It's not your parents. And it's not your friend. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Social media aren't those things. And so what does that say? And what does that say for a young person? Or not even a young person, because I see people my age on Instagram crying. So what is that?
All of us is forgetting,
crying on the phone.
All of us is forgetting that these times is a new era.
Yeah.
Again, I'm so sorry that it's like that, but it's like that. Our kids is fucked up, man. They got South Park. Ain't no cartoons no more, man.
If our kids are messed up, it's because the parents are messed up. Because the parents, the children are a result of the parent. Or the care.
Even the parents, even me, man. I'm a good parent, man. I wake up, I ain't never seen no goddamn South Park in my fucking life, man. My kids watching South Park. I look at here in the kid. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Are you kidding me? This is cartoons. I left that shit alone thinking it was good. I'm hearing the cartoons about, man, fuck you, man. Yeah. And your mother says it's a nasty cunt. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. It's no escaping, yo.
It's 50-50.
If you put it on your kids, they gonna be fucked up and doing what they want to do, yo.
It's a really difficult thing too, because I actually I took my kids home to homeschool, and I actually had a lot of control over what they watched on television, partly because we had a television that didn't really play, but you could put the little videos in so they could watch the videos and all. But even with that being, and I was teaching them morals and I was teaching them ethics and all of this, but they go outside of your house. And when they go outside of your house, they meet the world. And the world is putting
and come back home and say, why we ain't got that?
Well, not only that, but the world is putting in a lot of stuff that may not necessarily jive with what you want your children to intake, may not necessarily jive with who you want your children to be. And the images now, for young ladies, if you're going to be a success as a young lady, you gotta take off your clothes.
You gotta have one kid and pay attention to that one kid, because you got 4 or 5, you fucked up.
Even with one kid, though, you have a young daughter and she's looking at, the dresses now, these practically invisible dresses You know, she's looking at people displaying their bodies in sometimes inappropriate or disrespectful ways that are not.
She's looking at other women buying their bodies.
Yes, buying their bodies, and that's saying that their bodies aren't good enough as their natural bodies. And so what does that tell her? Well, my body isn't good enough, so I'm going to need to buy me some booty, and I'm going to need to buy me some hair and some nails, and, you know, and on and on and on. You know, what's wrong with her natural beauty?
Well, the art is imitating life. That's basically what's happening. It's you know, we're rapping about booties. Mm-hmm. Then the girls are going to buy the booties. Mm-hmm. And it's all about booty.
Start selling booty then.
Can't say I'm not rapping about them.
Start selling.
I do got a couple lines here and there.
We're men. You know what I'm saying? Men tend to rap about what they like. Men tend
one of the things that I have noticed though lately is, you know, while everybody's buying booties and all, a lot of you men are talking now about liking a natural body. And you know,
we never talked about liking an unnatural body.
I had my wife for 38 years. I got the same broad for 38 years. She ain't got no fake ass and no fake titties. She's still trying to sell some of her titties.
Right. Look at Black China. Black China.
Y'all want some titties? I don't know if you see. My wife was selling.
I saw Black China, Rick.
Oh, you saw the Black China? That is incredible.
Taking everything. I'm so proud of her. She's
taking all her parts out.
Well, I mean, you know, the other thing about it is that a lot of this stuff is so unhealthy, and people are getting sick from it, and that's something that people don't hear about. That, you know, that they're getting systemically ill because of the stuff that's being put into their bodies.
Even worse than that, they're not even going to reputable plastics.
Right.
They're going to the Dominican Republic. They're going to Costa Rica. They're going to Colombia. They're going to Brazil, and they're coming.
Because a lot of the reputable ones won't even touch that. We had Dr. Miami on the show. What, 2 weeks ago?
Automatic yes. Yes. Automatic yes.
Yes.
Period. That's all it is. Automatic yes.
And it's incredible because these doctors will do the surgery. There's no excuse me for the term, the time that the healing time that it takes after the surgeries. They just put them up in a hotel, tell them to wait for a week, and then they fly home. Like, you literally, I fly all the time, and you see these girls like wobbling through the airport, coming back from the Dominican Republic or somewhere with these crazy surgeries, and it's like, I'm telling you.
Yeah, shaped like an ant standing up.
The thing is, if you screw it up too, you don't have a lot of recourse. We had Dr. Miami on, you know, a couple of weeks back. And, you know, one of the questions I asked him is, when these people come up botched, do you go there? Most surgeons don't want to touch you after you've been to the Dominican, or you could have been just down the street and you've had it messed up. They don't want to go there because then they're going to be associated with that botch, and they're trying to fix something that's broken, but that can't be returned to a natural state. And so,
you know, and plus you don't want to deal with the malpractice. You don't want to deal,
you don't want to deal with the malpractice.
Absolutely, you don't.
Yeah.
And you know, also there's a psychological. I mean, you know, docs have emotions and, you know, mental and all too. There's a psychological. When someone comes in and they're broken up, you want to help them. You want to fix them. But when you get in there and you make it worse because now you're dealing with scarring that can't be revised, or if you just can't make it better, even though you didn't mess it up in the first place, it messes with your head because you want it to be right.
Hey, Doc, they fucked up, right?
Exactly. So
They are.
that's why
And
we
you know,
want
don't bring it to me after you've broken it and
down.
want me to fix it. You know, come correct, and you know, I'll help you with the beauty. I'll help you with the longevity. I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you duck lips. I do the cosmetic stuff and all. I'm not going to give you duck lips. I'm going to tell you when. It's like, you want to look like a duck, you're going to have to go someplace else. I am going to enhance your beauty. That's what it's supposed to be. Enhancement, not recreate you a new face, you know.
But I wanted to touch on it. I wanted to touch on
orthodontic surgery. I'm sorry, Doc.
No.
Orthodontic surgery is when we, do the corrective and jaw surgery and facial surgery. We do a strong psychological profile. And if they have these unrealistic expectations, all money is not good money. It's not worth staying up all night over. So you you work with them. And if you see that they have this idea that they're going to be whatever, that's just unrealistic, you leave them alone. Or you refer them to somebody else. Or what I do is I refer them to the medical centers, to the teaching hospitals. So I give the residents the opportunity to learn. You know what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
I wanted to touch on something you said
go ahead.
Earlier. I'm sorry. About just overall health of a performer, overall health of an artist. I'm not the youngest. I'm not the oldest. I literally turned 50 yesterday. And
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And I look at it like this. I think this is very important because being a producer on one side, I deal with a lot of younger artists, and being an artist on the other side, I deal with a lot of artists my age and older. And the one thing that I see is the artist that really takes their job seriously, takes their health seriously. Because when you're on stage, if you're on stage for 10 minutes and you know how long your body can last, you run out of breath after 10 minutes, you're on stage. And then and the higher the echelon of artists, some artists, we're on stage for an hour, some are on for 2 hours, some are on for 4 hours. And if you can't, that is extreme cardiovascular workout. That is not, you're not, if you're really about your stuff, you're eating right. You're not eating past a certain time. You're not putting certain toxins in your body. You are working out 4, 5, 6 times a week. You are doing the proper hygienic things, because you are like, for lack of a better term, you're like a machine. And
absolutely.
And I usually say this to younger artists, and I say this to older artists: liken your body. If you like cars, let's say you like old school cars, and you had, say, a 1973 Camaro, you're not going to put any old kind of gas in it. A, you're not going to drive it every day. B, you're going to take that type of care because you want that car to keep going. So you have to make yourself think of the age, the year you were born, and then think of a car that you really love that was made that same year. How would you treat that car? And that's how you need to treat your body, because it is. And then on a vanity standpoint, when an artist gets older, in Starofdacity, I'm really speaking to you on this one. When an artist gets older, and you have records, you got hit records that people love.
I'm 60.
So I'm saying, so you have records and people love you, but then there's also the factor of people want to see if you have bettered yourself or if you're on the decline. Because if you're on the decline, it makes them feel better. Oh, dang, look at him. He's fat. He can't keep a tune. He can't. He's out of breath. It makes me feel I'm not doing that bad. But if you're up there, you're 50, you're 60, older than that, 45, whatever, and you're looking good and you're feeling good and you're taking care of yourself, what you're doing is you're projecting hope onto the people that are in that audience that see you, because there's like, oh, wow, Starofdacity, man, that dude is 48. He looking like that.
Tina Turner, Smokey.
That's what they saying about Busy Big.
Yeah, you got it. Because
they're still doing it.
Busy. To be honest with you, now they're brothers from your generation.
Fucked up.
That look that may have fallen in bad situations and
they fucked up. You trying to be nice? They fucked up.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that, but I agree. But what I'm saying is,
I'll say no names.
And people,
no, don't call anybody out. Don't call anybody out.
It's not even that. It's about people want to see the negative.
Right.
It's the entertainment of it all. They
makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, but then they also want to applaud the positive. So it's like, when you're young, I personally, I don't smoke, I don't drink, never have. So that's just me. But there are other people.
I look good as shit. I'm 60 years old. I look so fabulous. I don't do Viagra. I still stand good. I smoke good weed and drink champagne. I don't do Hennessy. I don't do cocaine. I don't do none of that shit. I smoke good fire and I drink champagne. Fine.
And that's it.
There you go. But what I'm saying is, it's like you'll learn and you'll understand that what you put in is what you get out.
And I come from the dope era. I come from the era where they was doing heroin, dust, cocaine, pills, uppers, downers, scissors, all that shit. I just stuck to grapes from France, champagne, and smoking fire. And I look good as shit. I'm the motherfucking shit. I'm still rocking stage, doing all kinds of fly shit. Hey, this is too much.
And he's hella modest.
We have fentanyl in my generation, so I would not be engaged.
Right. And what about
and that's the thing, cats are laced. They lace your weed with fentanyl and not even tell you. You know what I'm saying? Right? And you buying something.
Exactly.
Yep.
I've been growing my own marijuana for 25 years. I am not a cotton picker. I've stayed time out and grow my own fire. I have strands of fire. I got busy sticks. I smoke good. I know what I'm smoking. I got genetics of the flyest motherfucking herb in the world. I drink fine grapes from France. We drink Don champagne around this motherfucker. We ain't broke around this much. You don't see them platinum traps up there? We ain't broke around.
Hey, Busy. I love that energy, man. Your energy is crazy. I love it.
I don't know what to tell you. We got platinum shit around here, man. Don't get it fucked up. Let me show y'all how this shit go down.
I see you. Platinum out. I see you.
We got the Beastie Boys right there. That's Beastie Boy Platinum. You go over here. I got I did a song called Suicide. That's like platinum right there. I did a song with Kid Rock. Kid Rock took one of my songs. The song was called Making Cash Money. I ain't make a dime back then. But when we did it, we reinvented it. We sold 11 million albums. You know what I'm saying? And that's a little contribute right there on the wall. And the album is right here in this little box. I just ain't find a spot on the wall to put it. So it's in there all covered up. Then I did
Busy Bee.
Volume 3.
Busy Bee. I want you to say that again, because that's something that people don't understand. They see people come onto the scene and they think that they just hit big out of the box. You said,
"Oh hell no.
I wasn't making a dime back then."
I ain't get a dime.
How long was your journey before you actually made money?
The song of Making Cash Money came out in 1981, along when that Kumo D shit started. And then Kid Rock came to me in 1998. I was doing a Wild Style reunion tour in LA, California. And he came to me running. Yo, Busy B, yo, man, I want to redo that song. I said, what song? He said, you know the song you did, Ball with the Ball? I said, yeah. He said, I want to do it. I said, well, go ahead. He said, nah, man, we got to get the paperwork. I said, hey, Kid Rock, I ain't make a dime off that motherfucking song. We make some money, man. Make sure we do right. Hey, we sold 11 million albums.
And how long did it take you to get there? Almost 20 years. It does not happen overnight. There's lots of work that goes in along the way and lots of perseverance to getting there. So
didn't I just tell you I'm 60?
Absolutely.
I ain't started getting no real money till I was 50.
There you go.
I ain't getting no real money till I was 50. I had to wait 50 goddamn years to get some of this hip hop money, man.
There you go.
The right way.
The right way. Yeah.
The right way. Okay. The right way. Okay.
Hey,
So, if each one of you, I mean, because we're now past the top of the hour and we've been at it for almost 2 hours.
I gotta go, man.
11 if you all believe in that.
Hey,
each one of you has one thing.
Tell Rick I'm glad he put me down with this, but I really got to go. I got things to do, places to go, and other people to see. I just wasn't included in the deal, but I altered the deal so I could fuck with y'all. But they say Kwame.
Hey, thank you.
Man, you don't know Kwame.
I really appreciate it.
You really don't know how much he mean to me. That's my man. So when he said Kwame was there, I said, yeah, put me down. So
we appreciate you, Busy. We appreciate you, Busy.
We do appreciate you, Busy. And we're glad you were able to come through. So for each one of you, you have one thing.
I appreciate White Ice. Busy.
One thing to throw out to our audience to better their health. One thing. Toss it out.
Well, I will encourage each one of you to join our Facebook Smile MD. Is just like the page. That way you get to see doctors and from all specialties, talk about case presentations, or you can send out questions to them. You can get second opinions. You can, it's patient-centered, and it's just required. You just go to Facebook Smile MD, and I'll put it in the chat, and you just like the page. You can read and whatever. If you want to comment, fine, great. It's fantastic, and you get to meet doctors of all specialties and dentistry. Of course, we have the dental division, and we have Smile MD with all the specialties. So,
and we will put that up on the website as well. So when you go to the website, when you're listening to the shows, and the shows will be airing in perpetuity. When you listen to the shows, you'll be able to see the links, Smile MD. So, let us definitely get all of your links. We'd like to promote you, and we certainly want to thank you. So Smile MD, we'll put it out.
This is such an honor. This is a great job. Thank you, Dr. Bruce, and everybody here. I learned so much.
We are honored to have had you with us.
Well, I want to say, before I get up out of here, I want to tell everybody, don't lighten up, tighten up.
There you go. There you go.
Right.
Busy Bee's health tip: don't lighten up, tighten up. Love it.
All right.
Thanks.
Hey, Busy.
Yeah.
Busy Bee. Shout out to White Ice. That's my boy.
Hey, White Ice.
Go back.
What's happening with you, man? Stay up, man.
Yeah, man. That was my boy.
White Ice.
All right.
Okay. Starofdacity, what's your health tip to throw out?
First off, I'm gonna say I'm just appreciate Rick Aaron for even having me on here with y'all. Like I said, definitely enjoyed y'all, especially the advice. Busy Bee, Kwame. Like I said, I'm about to get my teeth right. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate y'all. I'm just grateful to be here. I'm up and coming, so I'm grateful to be here. But I would say, as far as for the younger people, slow down.
Good tip.
Just slow down. That's all I'm gonna say, because they doing everything under the sun.
They're doing too much, huh?
Just slow down.
Good tip. I like that. Starofdacity, and all of you, actually, please make sure that you tag us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Hurricane and I are all over the place. So, tag us, we'll follow you, we'll promote you. Tag each other, support each other. So Starofdacity says, slow down. Kwame, what you got for us?
Know and accept yourself. Because once you know and accept yourself, you will be able to do everything that you want to do, everything that you set yourself in your mind and your goals to do, and you will do it authentically. Because when you don't know and you don't accept yourself, you can be swayed in any kind of way. And a lot of times, especially with our young people out here, they don't know or they don't accept themselves. And the ones that do, you can tell. The most successful ones are the ones that do. So I'm a real champion of people just knowing and accepting who they are and running with it and winning with it.
That's definitely sage advice. Thank you, Kwame.
Thank you.
Knowing and accepting yourself is crucial. Ricky Aaron, thank you so much for bringing us all together. What would be your one health tip to throw out for everybody?
No sugar. No sugar. No sugar.
Whatsoever.
Thank you,
I don't
Ricky.
want to go there.
Love it.
Whatsoever.
He's listening to me.
Yeah.
You're listening to me. Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely want to make it to be a older rapper, not just a young rapper.
That's right. That's right.
Trust me, your life will change. If you consume a lot of sugar, your life will change when you stop.
Yes.
You'll get the first month you'll be grumpy as hell the first month.
Yeah.
After you get over that first month, trust me. Anybody, I guarantee it. Because I was a candy fiend, and so Ricky, I'm with you on that. The life after sugar, you start looking like yourself.
Right.
Like yourself.
Right.
Absolutely. Did you know that sugar actually stimulates the same place in the brain that crack cocaine does?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
It's addicting. It's addicting.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
toxic. Okay.
Yes.
You have those
Wow.
endorphins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like if you take something and you feel bad an hour later, that should tell you something. It's like,
Listen to your body.
Just so you all know, I hate sweets. I really eat them. I hate sweets. I'm not a sweet eater. When I was young, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, random ages, I was crazy about sweets. When I get older, I don't want a honey bun. I don't want Kool-Aid.
Right.
You said when you were a child, you
hate
threw away
sweets.
childish things.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, lay low on that
Ouch.
sugar. And if you're going to go with sugar, keep it natural. Grapes in the freezer are an
Right.
amazing thing if you've got a sweet tooth. Keep it natural.
Really? Wow.
So we are, like I said, we've been at the top of the hour for this show, but
It's
this
so
has
enjoyable.
been such a great experience, and the conversation has been on and popping, and I have loved sharing this time with you, Hurricane, my man. What's your tip? What is your tip for the day?
So again, we're on the iHealth channel, Hurricane H Health, and you know what? It's all about health. At the end of the day, whatever we do, if our health is not taken care of, no one is going to help us with it. Doesn't matter. You got to do this yourself. Again, it's all about you. We take care of ourselves. You got to keep, I love what you said, Kwame, about your vehicle of 1973. You got to maintain it. This is your vehicle. You got to take it to the longest and as far as you can. As long as you're alive, you want to be healthy, fit, doing your thing, and enjoying. I love, Busy Bee was jumping and the energy level was there. That's the attitude. You want to have that. So, but it starts with habits, lifestyle changes, things. I love it. No alcohol, no drinking, no sugar, all the bad things for you. Get rid of that. Keep it healthy. And that's it. I mean, we are about health here. And really, that's the best thing that you can invest, in your life. It doesn't matter. Everything else is cool. But without health, you have nothing.
You have nothing.
You got nothing.
can I add one more thing? I don't want to be long-winded with it.
Go for it, baby.
When it comes to health, it's not just about you.
That's right.
You have a universe around you, whether you have kids, you have family members or whatever. And the more unhealthy you become a burden to other people in the future.
Society.
Exactly.
Yeah. You become, whether it's obesity, whether it's just other things, you are now hindering those around you because of the poor choices you chose. Now, I'm not saying anything that's a natural cause. I'm saying something that you chose to do in a way that you chose to be. You have the potential to hinder your kids, your significant other, whoever it is. So it's like, keep that in mind as well. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to add, just again, since this is on the same line, remember you said about what the impact on everybody around you. But if you're not healthy, you're not even good to your own immediate family. I mean, if you have kids, you're not going to be able to enjoy them, do things with them. Your parents, if you have them, you can't take care of them. So that's just the immediate impact.
Let me throw another piece on top of that. For those of you who are in the reproductive age, what you do to your body influences generations to come. It's called epigenetics. Yes. And when you do the negative to your body, you turn on and off the genes that perpetuate that negativity. If you take care of your body, you start to feed it good food, let your food be your medicine, you start to exercise, you start to feed your mind good material, you start to improve yourself, you improve your health. Your health is wealth. And guess what? Let's build some generational wealth.
Exactly.
With generational health. Okay.
Yes.
Generational wealth, generational health.
Right.
So let's roll with that. And remember that you are your greatest asset. You have to invest in yourself. And when you invest in yourself, you invest in everybody else.
Yep.
Exactly.
So I think that on that note, I'm going to take that note and we're going to roll on up out of here. Ricky Aaron, thank you for bringing this together, bringing all of this wonderful talent to our stage and this terrific conversation that we've had. And I'm just so happy that I can put this out there and that this will remain in perpetuity. And, you guys have dropped nuggets of information, and those nuggets will be out there for the enjoyment, the benefit, the education of others for years to come.
Generations to come.
It hits the internet. It's there forever. That's what they tell us. So, it will be there to help lots of people along the way. And so I appreciate everything that you all have given. And you are here with us on Chatters That Matters. Let's talk about it. I am your host, Dr. Cheryl Bryant Bruce, MD, the Celebrity Doc. And I'm here with my co-host, Hurricane H. Thank you so much for joining us. Like, share, and by all means, follow.